Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from Life of Crafting, and I'm getting into a new sketch of the Sheetload of cards, and this is the August version from 2021. And I started doing these to use up some of my old papers, get myself a little more familiar with this Alicia from CallMeCraftyAl does for these sketches. And I kind of like her idea in that you get one sketch. Her particular sketch calls for 2 pieces of 12 by 12 pattern paper. And then you will do a card. And this particular one, honestly, would have a lot more scrap left than I was expecting it would. You're going to get 8 cards out of this, and there's still, like I said, a pretty big chunk of paper that will be left from the pattern papers. And I was trying to do this series using up one paper pack, and I originally started it with the Floral Boutique pack from Stampin' Up. And I found it was very limiting in this card probably would be good for it, because I need it where it's just like 2 pieces of printed paper. Some of the ones I've done in between were suited for like 3. So this probably would have been better, but you know what? It's what is today? The 3rd of June. I'm like really feeling summer now, and that pattern's very pretty. It's floral, so you know. But I'm feeling the whole like fruits and you know just these vibrant colors, and so I'm gonna challenge myself. I want to use this whole paper pack, and I think this will be a good sketch to see how many I can get out of this. And I'm gonna do them how she's got them laid out, and then I'll do something that'll be using up the scraps. So this particular sketch calls for you to have the horizontal version of the A2 card, and then she has you having an oval in the center, and it says die cut image. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing there. What I'm thinking, these are another thing I've been dying to get out, is all these new Spellbinders Tina Smith dies that were from the it's like a pie. And I haven't gotten the sentiments. I ordered those. I think I left them upstairs. I didn't bring them down, unfortunately, yet. But I think these would be a good one to have. Her dies, or her instruction sheets are great, because this is an actual A2 size. It is to scale. So I'm thinking if I put the pie in the center, that's going to be maybe a little too big. Because I was thinking about using this Quick Cuts antique doily and like putting a doily on the plate. This is how it looks. Thought that may be a good, way to do it. I don't know. So that was usually good for this one that shows a slice. And like I said, they're kind of big. So I don't know, maybe I'll do one of these to be, yeah, you know what? That will fit really, really nice. I was thinking I had something on my paper, but it's the edge of that. So you know what? This may be really nice for me to do like a, and then I do have the sentiments that match, and they have some really cute ones that are like, you were berry special, or I don't know, something, making like you're such a sweetie pie and things like that. So, and then I did get these really adorable little, I don't know if you want to call them add-ons. It's definitely an add-on set, but I really like the little small flowers and citrus slices. So I'm gonna, like I said, try to incorporate this, because I really want to do these. So the paper I'm choosing is an older paper pack. I got this from a friend's sale, and she had it in here, and she's got Fruit Stand. So I am assuming that this paper pack is called Fruit Stand, because she was a very, she worked for the Library of Congress, so I don't doubt that she kept accurate records on noting that. I laid the paper out to give you an idea quickly of what the prints are. A lot of citrus, you've got apples, you've got looks like lemons, just a little branch floral thing pattern there. Pears, that all over dots with that, looks like what you do with ink blending. Some more peaches, maybe nectarines if you want to call them that, I don't know. Some really nice stripes with strawberries, pink version of that. Flowers with some strawberries in there, looks like lemon print, very, very colorful. I'm liking that one too. And then this is more of a peachy orange stripe, and then the bigger peach. So I'm gonna start looking. Like I said, she's got the cutting instructions that she provides, and basically you're cutting the big piece that's going to be, I'm guessing, this one. You have a big piece this way, and then you have one piece that goes this way. So I'm going to cut all of my paper down and see how I can mix and match. And then there's also how she designates this is she's got a layer here behind this piece, she's got a layer here behind this piece, and then there's a layer behind the oval. So I'm gonna die cut out all of my paper, kind of get my papers together, because I'm not sure I'm gonna do a white background. I may choose to do a color in the back, I'm not sure yet. And we'll mix and match and see what we come up with. So I'll be back in a few. Welcome back. I know I said I was leaving to just cut the paper, but I wound up making all of my cards. If I remember correctly, I got 48 cards, I believe, out of this whole paper pack. Because I think it was 4 per sheet. So if you recall, we're doing this sketch from the Sheetload of cards from CallMeCraftyAl on YouTube, and it's the August 2021 sketch. I did this pretty close to the sketch. The only thing I changed was the oval based on what oval dies I had available. So to give you an idea, what I did was I kept all of the papers to their combination, meaning with the way Stampin' Up! Does their papers is they have 2-sided sheets and they have 12 prints. So you get 2 of each sheet. So I did 4 cutting this way and 4 cutting that way. And so I just left them in their combination. I really tried to keep it simple. I didn't want to get too involved as far as, you know, trying to mix and match and everything else. So for the most part, they always had like a busy pattern with a more muted pattern. I kept with the colors that were, Stampin' Up! Has colors that match. So I kept with the layering being in that color family. The only one I changed was this was supposed to be like a flirty flamingo color, and I didn't feel like the flirty flamingo color really matched. Maybe it would have matched like this and here, but it didn't really match to this, so I did bring in what they called their Blushing Bride combination. I did try to see if adding a color in the back added anything to it, and I did some of them with this, like pretty much these, maybe one more. And I really felt like it didn't add that much. So for the expense and the extra work of doing it, I just left them plain. I just went with my regular white card bases. So I'll go through, I'll show you what I used in my next, I'll go through what I used, what products I used next. I'll just show you my different color combinations. So there was those. Then they had this color combination, which featured this, these were like, Stampin' Up! Does these in colors for 2 years, so the color gets introduced and it only stays in the line for 2 years. This was a Watermelon Wonder color, and this was a Cucumber Crush. So for me, my goal is to get this craft room as stealthy as I can. So I'm trying to use a product that's going to be just that flash in the pan, that stuff that's no longer relevant, it's not here. And this paper was exactly perfect. I got to use it all up. The only thing I was short was one layer, and I just added in this other green that was part of the paper pack. So this was another combination. This one was a little difficult for me because both sides were busy, but I didn't feel like it was too bad. So those I did as a thank you, where these were, that was so sweet of you, which was a thank you. Yeah, that's so sweet. This one was a have a peachy day. So you could use that for pretty much like any kind of thing. Here was the last one that I did with the green. And like I said, I think didn't really add that much. So you could use that. Like I said, this could be perfect for a birthday. It doesn't have to be. But I liked the paper. I thought it was so fun for summer. So those were those. This one I realized when I got to do it, I don't have an apple stamp. And I just went with the pear. I felt like somebody getting a thank you card is going to just be thankful. They're going to feel excited to be getting a thank you. They're just going to be like appreciative that someone recognized something they did. And I don't know they're going to sit here and pick this apart. I will say I did use the inks from Stampin' Up, other than the black, which was Memento. The colors in this paper pack are like the yellow is Daffodil Delight. The green is this Pear Pizzazz, that's for them. The red, like I said, was the Watermelon Wonder. I did bring in, I forget what the color for the peach was, but I did not have it. So I wound up using their Grapefruit Grove, which was another ink color that's now again been discontinued. I felt like, you know, there were so many colors in the peaches that it was fine. And I actually, if you notice, look, I used 2 different color peach papers. I was using this up. I don't even know what, or I'm assuming it's the Stampin' Up color. It wasn't marked, so I was using that up, which was fabulous. So like I said, I got 48 cards altogether, and I'm going to move these aside. So that was all the combinations that they had. And the stamps, I'm trying, like I said, I want to get this craft room as stealthy as I can. I had these ovals. They were fine. I don't even know if Stampin' Up still has these layered ovals. This looked like it was much bigger than it was, but she called for, I think, a 2.5 inch. And these may be a little bit bigger. These may be like 2 3/4 or something. So that was the only thing I changed, was adding that scallop behind it. But I felt like with the fruit and all that, like it really kind of added a little something, something. So that was that. The Stampin' Up stamp that was here, I had bought something similar off of AliExpress, and it was one that mimicked the ones that Stampin' Up had in their collection. I think it may have been last year or the year before, and I'll be honest, if I did it over again, I would buy the one off of Stampin' Up. I did not feel like this had the details to it like the Stampin' Up one did. What I'm looking to do is I just want to have like 1 or 2 like staple stamps for a theme. And I had introduced this Honeybee Freshly Picked stamp set in a previous video, and this one is definitely one that is staying in my collection. I should have used the peach. I felt like this probably would have been a nicer one that's in here, and I did not. The strawberry that's in here is very nice. That's featured in my other one. I did use the lemon out of here and this pear over here, and I thought it came out really nice. To keep my color levels down, I did do the pear as a 2nd generation on that and a 1st generation on the leaves. And to get the leaves, I left these on the stamp. If you can take notice, I just put them both on the stamp. I'm trying to see if that came out. I put them both on there so I didn't have to do them and try and figure it out like each one. So I just stamped that and then laid these on where I wanted them and picked them up with the block, and did the same with the one I used for the color for the leaves. So just use that as a tip. If it helps, it just cuts down an extra step. And the sentiments were in the stamp sets that I had from AliExpress, so that's where my sentiments came from. So I hope you liked the video. I was very excited to see how nice these cards came out using this sketch. I do have quite a bit of scraps left. Let me see if I can grab them. Like I said, this was a sketch that I was a little surprised. There's more scraps than there typically would be. I find that these sketches are very good with keeping the scrap levels down. So I do have these scraps left. Let me push these aside. So I wound up with like one long strip of each collection. I wound up with one kind of smaller strip and then one nice size piece of paper. So I am going to have, I'm trying to do a weekly series of using up your scraps. So I'm going to put these aside and I will do some cards individually for, or differently than this video that I will use up the scraps for. So again, this is the Sheetload for August of 2021. Highly recommend them. They're, I think, very well thought out, very well instructed. I keep saying highly, I'm sorry. But I really recommend them. If you can, check them out. I think she does a great job and I appreciate her doing it all for free. Yeah, I mean, she just asked that you join her channel, which I would be appreciative if you're watching and you like this video or you think you found something informative out of this video. I'd appreciate it if you like it. I'm trying to build up my YouTube following as well, so if you could subscribe to get your inspiration. I'm trying to get at least 2 to 3 videos out every week for all different types of stuff. Next thing I'm working on, you will find I'm going to try and get a nautical themed out. That's the next one. So have a nice, wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.